Hello farmers. Today we're going to discuss how to overstuff your barns. Each barn, whether it's a dairy shed, a chicken coop, or a pigsty, hold 200 animals per shed. I'm going to show you how to overstuff them so that you can get 3,000 or more animals into each shed. As I mentioned in the last video, Peter is already up to 2.1 billion coins, so he is ready to level up to 700, but his partner in crime, Peter F., is not quite ready yet. So I thought I'd go ahead and record this video on overstuffing the sheds while we wait on Peter F. to catch up. So in the top corner, you can see that the dairy shed that we put back on video 2, and the dead crops and the trees back here in the corner that we have all stacked together. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just simply going to hide the trees and the crops. So now all we have visible are the facilities. And then the next thing I'm going to do is buy one of each type of shed that you can get for the farm. So we have bought 5 different sheds. We have the dairy shed up here at the top. Then we have a wool shed here, and we have a chicken coop. We have a pigsty, and we have a rabbit hutch. So now we're going to make a copy of these, and I'm going to put that copy on the very last farm, and I will explain that just a little bit later. So now we have 5 sheds on farm 20 as well, and we will come back to those in a bit. The first thing that we're going to have to do, now that we have a place to put the animals, is actually acquire the animals. So I'm going to go to ftowngifts.com. Now I am on ftowngifts.com, and I've just started off with a cow, and I'm going to hold down the control key and click on each one of these tabs, and each time I click a link, you see it's opening a new tab in the top. I'll pause for a minute, make sure that it's come up, and then I just simply close the tab because there's nothing to do on these tabs once the animal is in your gift box. I just want to show you real quickly that you can get all the animals you need from the gifting site with the exception of the sheep, and we will buy those from the store. Just send yourself 21 of each of these animals. Now, if you have not spent the farm cash to get a stables, which I did not, then there is no need to get the Clydesdale or the horse. But all the rest of the animals here, you're going to need to get 21 of each one. Okay, so I didn't quite get all the animals in my gift box. I tried sending them all at once, and it's telling me my gift box is full, so I just say okay. And then up here in this list, I select store animals and store all of them, and it says 142 is what I have. So I store all of those. I needed to get 147, so I was actually only 5 short. Okay, so I have clicked on store animals, and very interesting that I go to my storage and I show 3 of each kind of animal. But when I go to my sheds and show the animals inside, I have 21 llamas. So I'll put my 21 llamas in storage. I have 21 cows and 21 goats. So I'm not really sure what FarmTown did. That was a very interesting little bug. So I'm just going to go to each one of my storage buildings, and I'm going to move all of the animals to storage. So if you go to your storage and you see 3 of each animal, but you don't know where it came from, the first thing you should think of is, have I accelerated the train? If someone has the animal car on a train and you accelerate it, you're going to get 3 of each animal. So I got 3 extra turkey, 3 horses, 3 hens, 3 goats, and 3 cows. And that's why I had the extra animals in storage. So now I have different numbers, but I have to have 21 of each animal at least. And so the turkey, I need 2 more. And so I'll just go back to FarmTown Gifts and pick up 2 more turkey. So I'm back to my gifts. I'll just store these 2 turkeys that I just sent myself. And then I'll go to the chicken coop, throw the animals inside, move them to storage. And now I have my 21 turkeys that I was after. So from there, we need to get some sheep. And you just simply go to the store. Under animals, we need to purchase a sheep. Buy multiple. Now I have 21 sheep on my farm, and I will simply click on the Add Item to Storage. I'm going to go back to the store, and I purchased my sheep. I also need white rabbit. Oops, I got 1 extra white rabbit, but we're not going to worry about that. We just go back, add the item to storage. Okay, so I now have added everything to storage, and I have at least 21 of each animal. And I did want to show you back in the store, if you look at the animals, you can see that there's no question mark beside the chicken, no question mark beside the cat. That means that they cannot be used in facilities. But the white rabbit has a question mark, which means you can go in and find out what you do with the white rabbit or what you do with the sheep. So as you look at the animals, the rooster, there's nothing to do. The bunny, the squirrel, the dog, there are no question marks from the store. And as you scroll through the list, you'll see most of these animals do not have a question mark beside them, which means they're not used in facilities. And like we bought a sheep, but that doesn't mean that you can buy a lamb and do the same thing, because it doesn't have a question mark. Its wool is not used in the facility. Okay, so now that we have all of the animals in storage, we're going to open up 10 different tabs. And of course, I'm going to edit the video so this goes quickly. We're going to go offline. Then we're going to open up the storage, showing our animals. Then we're going to press the Control key and click on Play to open a new tab. And we'll switch over to that new tab. We're going to go offline, open up the storage, click on Items, press the Control key, click on Play. Tab number 3, we're going to go offline, open up storage, switch to Items, press the Control key, click on Play. Tab number 4, we're going to go offline, open up our storage, click on Items, press the Control key, click on Play. Tab number 5, we're going to go offline, open up our storage, click on Items, press the Control key, click on Play. Tab number 6, we're going to go offline, open up storage, switch to Items, press the Control key and click on Play. Tab number 7, we're going to go offline, open up our storage, click on Items, press the Control key and click on Play. Tab number 8, we're going to go offline, click on Storage, switch to Items, Control key, press Play. Tab number 9, we're going to go offline, open up our storage, click on Items, press the Control key, click on Play. Alright, now that we have 10 tabs open, we don't need to go offline on the 10th tab. We'll just open up Storage, click on Items, And now we're going to start moving these animals over to their sheds. And we just click on move and say yes. Move and say yes. And if you put your mouse in the right spot, you can do this without even moving your mouse. And then we grab the last two. Close that window, close that, save, and close the tab. Same thing for this tab. And you close it, save, then close the tab. Now I'm going to start going faster here. Just repeating the same thing over and over for each tab. Make sure you save before you close the tab. This is real time. I'm not editing the video here. This is actually how fast I store the animals. I have to do this for all 10 tabs. Since we're putting 21 animals per tab, and we have 10 tabs, we're going to end up with 210, or at least 210 of each animal in storage when we get done. Again, make sure you click on save. Alright, so now we're down to our last tab. And I'm just going to put all these animals into their shed. Save, and then I'm going to reload the game. Alright, now the game is reloaded, and we're just simply going to look inside the wool shed. And you can see I have 210 llama, 210 sheep. And I've got to move them back to storage. And I'm going to do this for each one of my sheds, show the animals inside, and then move the animals to storage. Now, when I go to my storage, check my items, I have 240, 240, 240, 210, 210, and 220 on the rabbits. So I have at least 200 of each animal. And now I'm going to open up a second tab, and this is where farm 20, in my case, it's the last farm, comes into play. So we're going to open up FarmTown on a new tab. While it's opening, I'm going to go ahead and take this one offline. And now we are on tab number 2. I'm going to go to farm 20, show my storage, go to tab 1, show my storage, and then I'm just going to store these animals. So in farm number 1, I have now stored 200 of each animal. Just close that, tell it to save. Now I'm going to switch over to tab number 2, and I'm also going to store 200 of each animal. See how much slower this is when you don't have an exact amount, and that's what we're fixing right now. The next time we go to storage, there will be exactly 200 in storage. So we now have 200 of each animal on farm 20. Press save. I'm going to go ahead and close tab number 2 because I don't need it anymore. And I'm going to reload the game. Alright, so we're back on farm number 1. We don't have any animals in storage right now. There's nothing there. But we do have 200 and exactly 200 of each animal in the buildings. So I'm going to move every single animal back to storage. Okay, so I have finished moving all of the animals, and you can see in my storage now the exact amount of 200 animals. Now we're ready to overstuff the barns. For time's sake, I'm only going to do 5 tabs, but you can open as many tabs as you want to open, and you will get 200 of each animal per tab that you open. I want 1,000 animals. I'm going to open 5 tabs. We'll take this one offline, show our storage, control, and play. Tab number 2 goes offline. Open up our storage, look at items, hold the control key down, click play. Tab number 3, go offline. Open up your storage, show your items, hold the control key down, press play. Tab number 4, go offline. Storage, items, hold down the control key, click on play. Since this is my last tab, I won't go offline. I'll just open up my storage, look at my items, and I have all of my animals. Now, again, you can open as many tabs as you want. I've done 5 tabs times 200 animals apiece. We're going to be putting 1,000 animals in our sheds. If you open up 15 tabs, that would be 3,000. If you have 2 computers, open 15 tabs on 2 different computers with 200 of each animal in storage, you will get 6,000 animals on one farm. So now, all I need to do is move the animals from each tab into the shed. Make sure you save and close the tab. And the reason we do an exact number of 200 is it keeps everything precise, and the animals go away. You saw when we had 220 and 240, the animals don't disappear, and so it takes a little bit longer. It's just a little bit faster to do it this way. Now, if you do have stables and you're putting horses in, you can get both the Clydesdale and the horse, and they will both give you horsehair. So I did not buy the stables because they cost farm cash. If you are going to buy stables, buy the super stables, and you will get a lot more production out of them than you will the regular stables. So I do not recommend buying the regular stables. Only buy the super stables. You will only need one of the super stables. Alright, so now we have super stuffed our sheds, and you remember those 200 animals that we put on farm 20? They're still there. So if I decide I want to do this again on, say, farm number 2, I just simply grab the animals on farm 20, make a copy of them on the farm 2 using 2 different tabs, one for farm 2 and one for farm 20, and then I don't have to do that whole startup step where I collect all the animals. So now I'm going to go ahead and refresh the game, or reload the game. And now that the game is reloaded, we just simply show the animals inside, and you can see we now have 1,000 of each animals as we expected. And if I did that for every one of these, you would see 1,000 in every single shed. So that is how you overstuff your barns or your sheds and get many, many animals.